BetBoom side. They do have the means to get on top of this sniper, but he has a little bit of a protection, has this lifestealer with the Infest, and also, yeah, Beastmaster Miero, whenever he plays the hero, I feel like he completely owns. He's, one of the few players still in the current meta who's playing these Zoo heroes. We've seen him play Enigma yesterday with Helm of the Dominator / Overlord. The 14 minutes into the game, this guy knows how to abuse this Ghost Push, picks up the Big Black Dragon, continues to shout out the waves and gets more farm. It's going to be a lot about stacking as well. You have Sniper, you have Drow Ranger Timbersaw who can easily clear the stacks, and of course Batrider, one of these like position 4 or 5 heroes who can easily stack, and he can also clear some of these big stacks. He can't, as a support, he can't clear the Ancient stack immediately, but he can do a lot in the game.
We saw the power of that yesterday with the being able to take that Big Black Dragon and just nobody able to deal with it early on. So we'll see.
Yeah, if you hit that timing, 15 minutes, 16, you just don't have enough damage to kill him instantly.
And 2 for 2 on the bounty runes. We've also seen the strength of course, Centaur. He's just been a staple in this patch. How strong he can be. You're like level 3, all of a sudden you've got level 2 in the double edge, and you just run a hero down if you've got a secondary stun there. So you gotta be careful. Say potentially a flame break coming your way. All of a sudden you're bounced back into a hoof stomp, a couple double edges, and you may not be so safe in that lane.
Yeah, I think Nightfall should be fine in that lane, getting an earlier point in Rage.
Right.
Level 3 most likely, because you are playing against the Centaur and Batrider. But yeah, I've seen a lot of games where Toronto Tokyo plays Gyrocopter. They do like to first phase it immediately, because it's a flex pick for them. And starting with Flak Cannon, love that one. It's a lot of harassment, but you also got to be careful not to steal any CS from your carry. These are, after all, professional e-gamers, so they don't do that here.
If you get 1 or 2, I think it's not.
Yeah, first wave, you just steal half of the creep.
Yeah. Wow. For my support brain, I think it's okay. It helps out.
I need you to focus, B-Cop. Professional Dota. Let's see if he's going to steal any. Toronto Tokyo still sitting at... he has 3, however, so yeah, he's doing a very good job.
That's all you need.
Stealing those CS.
That's the best part. Support, all of a sudden you have CS.
Most important thing about it is you say sorry every single time. So your carry doesn't get mad. He doesn't get tilted.
Yeah, you got to have sorry bound to something. And just make sure. I will say, speaking of carries, my thought with 23 is yesterday we were watching as... MOUZ was able to shut him down early on. I feel like BetBoom's a team that could exacerbate that problem.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely. Their offlane duo is insane. Save plus Miero. They had, last couple of months, they played some insanely good Dota. And a lot of the times, like, BetBoom is one of these few teams that whenever we talk about them, heavily focused on the laning stage, early game, tempo-oriented team. And it comes down from their offlane. These rotations from Save, he is playing this tiny this time around, so I assume there's going to be a lot of rotation coming in, especially to the mid lane, maybe even going through the gates if the lane is pushed in, so he tries to backstab enemy off lane.
Early on, yeah, you'll have that disruption, but if you're not in the right positioning, 23 could end up dying on this Drow, and he needs to be careful. There were a couple games yesterday, despite the fact that they won the series, where he had 3, 4, 5 deaths early on, and you had to rely on Lornoff to really open up the game. And Lornoff is on one of his better heroes on this Timbersaw, a hero that maybe can give a little bit of space to 23. But you don't really want to be in that situation, despite the fact that they have...
Yeah, not against BetBoom.
Experience.
Because 23 had 2 pretty bad games yesterday out of 3. It's just the way it is. Maybe it's 2 out of 3. Maybe it's not 23.
Just needs to add the slash. So GPK, he's back on the sniper. That space sniper set. I like that one.
It's a space creator set.
Yeah.
From the mid lane. Pretty standard in terms of skill build. 2 points in headshot. Level 2, you get extra 30 damage, so that's nice. And then you start to max out the shrapnel because you can farm. We talked about the importance of blocking the camp whenever there's sniper / coddle in the mid lane on Radiant, and they did block it, so eventually GPK will realize that the camp is blocked.
Try to get those stacks, try to get that extra injection of gold where you can, and another hero here with Miro on the Beastmaster, it's another hero that is going to do to 23 that I feel like every time he's been in the lane, his tower has died very quickly.
Yeah. And this is something that they can do with Beastmaster and Tiny. And we can see Lorinov having Sage Mask as his first item, not the tech that I've seen so far, but this is also a bit of a new tech where he draws the creep wave into his big camp.
Looking like he's dead on his screen already, but what damage can be done backwards towards 23?
It's going to be a trade, most likely. They need to kill the board. There's Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, he's here to help out. They've got the Blood Grenade, and with the Gyro coming towards top, they're able to at least get 23, and this is exactly what we were talking about. Yeah, you get first blood, you get that kill on the Tiny, but you lose 23, and truthfully, his first one doesn't feel as much worth it when you lose your carry.
Yeah, I think this is a good trade for BetBoom, killing 23 there, and also Nightfall survives. They wanted to play immediately aggressive in this bottom lane, understanding that, you know, maybe Nightfall is going to be super greedy, not going to put a point in Rage, but he did have that valuable point. The Blood Grenade was thrown at him. They tried to slow him down, but level 3 point in Rage, just too good. And you can see the amount of pressure that GPK is putting onto Lorinov already. Not having much mana to work with, but Sniper early on does quite a lot.
Ooh, God. That really hurt. His GPK needs to run. Lorinov trying to fight him face to face, and Lorinov will win with the help of Q. That is something that they really needed, because like you were saying, GPK was starting to dominate that lane, keeping Lorinov at about a sliver of health.
Sniper with a lot of denies, 10 denies already, but same amount of CS. Lorinov.
And look at where BetBoom are able to play now. They're cutting the wave. They're right outside of the range of the Tier 1. They have Toronto Tokyo available once again in the top lane, and the chase is on, looking for Ali or 23. But both kind of dealt a split out there and are safe for the moment. But already, this is a similar situation for 23, where his lane doesn't exist, and we're less than 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, level 3 already jungling. I wanted it to sound more dramatic. He was almost level 4, but you know, when you say level 3 carry jungling, sounds pretty bad. He's still gonna come back to a lane. This is the Observer Ward in the top lane, near the Twin Gates, near the outpost, that shows a lot of movement, and this is how they can pressure.
Yeah.
The Drow Ranger, now Timbersaw, has a lot of mana. Mana boots, bottle.
A rough spot for Lorinov.
Lorinov toss.
He's gonna end up dropping here. GPK getting a little bit of revenge on Lorinov, and with that, now you're putting pressure on the Tier 1 over mid, and Toronto Tokyo moving a lot, making his presence felt all over the map.
Yeah, this is something that panel did talk about. BetBoom having 2 supports who can rotate early on, and talking about stealing the stacks. Jabs, he's gonna want to go in and try to clear some of that. Toronto Tokyo.
Good flame break. Right into the hoof stomp. They're gonna get this kill on a Toronto Tokyo after some chase. Do have the sticky napalm and the right clicks. It's just a matter of time until he should fall. But I say that Rocket Barrage is doing a lot of damage. They even go to the Stampede.
Toronto Tokyo should be pretty happy about this one. Stampede stole some of the stacks. Bottom lane, Lifestealer, he continues to farm up. And while all this was happening, he stole the enemy XP rune. So Toronto Tokyo, yeah, did one hell of a job with that move into the enemy triangle.
I like talking about weird things that happened. Yesterday we talked about Roshan spawning at 50 minutes, right at that exact time where it went from day to night. How often do you see a position 1 steal the first Wisdom Rune?
It does happen from time to time. Sometimes when something's happening on the map, and if you're playing, you know, you push the lane, so you're already there near the bridge, you go over the bridge. Especially if you have some kind of a stun, some kind of a control that you can
secure it.
Yeah. And another rotation to the mid lane. GPK really feeling himself. Double rate band, power treads, makes Sniper super tanky.
Save. Up against 3, but it's 3v3. Trying to Timber Chain away, but the disruption, that'll save this Timbersaw for a moment. The Shrapnel is down. They're looking to get the kill on a Q. They'll take out one. They'll look for more. Toronto Tokyo with the Rocket Barrage and the Flat Cannon.
Ooh, that was close.
Close to getting that kill, but ends up dying. Jab's even moving over if they needed a little bit more help.
They have a lot of magic damage to deal with the Timbersaw early on. He has point and reactive armor. Level 1, yeah, just a casual. Doesn't do that much. But yeah, they have the burst damage early on. And Save's still sticking around the mid lane.
Trying to maybe get another kill. Lorinov showing back up. Forced him all the way back. He had to heal up. He's under the shroud of a smoke right now.
Look at that Sniper. with this set, it looks insane. Silver Sniper, Surfer. Look at him.
Yeah, Silver Surfer was pretty cool in the second Fantastic Four movie. Cool villain. Save. From behind the tower, Avalanche toss into the rocket barrage. Homing missile avoided with a disruption, but you're under the shrapnel. So eventually, Ollie will die.
Look at they're on to Tokyo. He wanted to give him a kill, and they're like, oh, maybe you're not going to be able to get it. And now Assassinate is online. So GPK not too happy about that.
CS, you get a kill.
Yeah.
You know, it adds up. I think that 3 CS early, it helped Toronto-Tokyo move around the map. That was everything.
They need to place an, I mean, now it's too late, but they need to have an observer board to scout out safe, because he's been in the same spot, came from the same angle 3 times in a row.
Feels like 3 or 4 times he's just been able to disrupt the mid lane, and it's put GPK in a spot where he's top of the net worth and certainly happy, that's for sure.
Shadow Demon, level 6, pre-10 minutes. Ollie, even though his XP rune got stolen, he is level 6, and so is Batrider. It comes down to them stacking, stealing some of the stacks as well. Q did manage to farm 1 wave.
Of the dunk of a homing missile. Yeah, a lot of stacks being made here in the jungle for the Radiant side. As GPK just gonna farm them up. Happy to get all that gold. And picks up Pig Pole. Meanwhile, 23 is back in his own jungle. He's been here already for a while. He's level 7. Compare that to the Lifestealer, who's just about level 9, and they are doing some damage on a jab spot, but it's not
big
much.
Stacks. I want to see the number of stacks that they made.
Ooh, show me my favorite grab. Yeah.
10 on side of BetBoom and 14 for Aurora.
How do you do that math so quickly?
You just do it. Maybe it's incorrect. That's how I do it. But yeah, having a Stack Demon in your team does help a lot. And I'm getting a word from production that I was actually correct. So this time, fast and correct. What are you going to do about it, B-Cop?
Be sad in NA. try my hardest not to be upset. This guy's showing me up in math. 2,000 net worth lead for BetBoom. A lot of stacks. I mean, we already just saw the graphic, but like they're everywhere. And it's not just your your basic spots that you see the stacks normally made.
It's
like they're throughout the jungle.
Yeah, they're stacking 4 or 5 camps.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Every minute. So they know how to come back into the game. We've seen it yesterday from Aurora, but BetBoom, they're also a team. When they stay ahead, they know how to use that advantage. And Sacred Relic already up on Nightfall.
Oh boy.
They're going to hit a big timing, having Sniper with like Dragonlance Maelstrom probably, and then you're going to have Lifestealer with Radiance plus Helm of the Overlord on Beastmaster. That's going to be their big timing, where they're going to look for a kill and try to go for Roche. Things are looking really good for BetBoom right now.
Here's save at this Blink Dagger. There's still some time. He's only got 930 gold. So he's still working on that Blink Dagger. That's going to be another form of initiation, because you do have Primal Roar. It doesn't have to be your only form of initiation, but now Miero, Blink, Hoof Stomp coming through, Chakram, Stampede, Call Down even used. Healing up on Miero for a little bit. He's surviving for a second, but ends up falling to Lorne off. 23's on the high ground, trying to get a kill on a Toronto-Tokyo with the Chakram down. They get the second one done, but Jab's assassinated from a distance.
Blink was ready in like 0.1 second, maybe even less. He was so ready to blink out of the trouble. But yeah, Drow Ranger showing up in a fight, losing position 5 and position 3 on BetBoom. You can see the power of Drow Ranger sitting behind, because she does have a really good front line. You have Centaur, he can help out with the Stampede. You also have Timbersaw and Shadow Demon.
Yeah, that was something like Sheever said, because at the end of the draft they picked the Drow and mentioned the tankiness of both Centaur and Timber that really give you exactly what we saw in that fight, right? That optimal front line to just...
Drow Ranger is the type of a hero that you need to have good positioning.
There is potential for jump, I would say, to get on the Drow from Beastmaster if you get a blink, or just infesting into the tiny once that blink's available. So they'll have to be careful about how far forward I would say Timber and Centaur go, because if you leave Drow vulnerable, I mean, there will be somewhat of an escape.
Oh,
Maybe
this
Gust.
observer board scouted things out because Lifestealer just disappeared from the map. So they know something's cooking.
But what are they making with all that cooking as they go for Q? They've got the Assassinate on them. They're going to watch that vision. Meanwhile, Jabs with Lornoff at 23 are going to get a kill on Toronto, Tokyo.
Oh, they're
Avalanche,
very deep.
Q, Stampede, Lasso. They've gone in too far.
Too deep.
Whoa. Nightfall dies to Lornoff. That's a double kill. They're looking for save. They're going to disrupt him. This is pretty much securing that third kill. This one goes to Jabs and Aurora. Well done with the counterplay.
That observer board near the secret shop. A little bit of a misplay, I would say, because Lifestealer, it took him a long time to get picked up by that smoke. He could have infested and it would not be seen, but very nice play from Aurora. Now having a 1k gold lead, having that Blink Dagger on a Centaur, Jabs some nice hoof stomps after he picked it up.
It was Jabs yesterday who was making some really good moves with that Centaur. And then I was going to say Lornoff as well, and he's the one who's top of the net worth with this Timber. So he and Jabs are really doing what we talked about in the beginning of the game. 23 has a slow start. They picked up the pieces, and they've really helped this Drow kind of come back into it. Only 400 gold behind this Lifestealer at the moment. So all good for Aurora at the moment, and still sitting pretty even in terms of net worth. They've got 9 kills. Like they've been able to make things work at times. I think that next set of items that come out for them might be a big jumping off point for them. Especially looking for Shadowblade and Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, I want to see next smoke that comes out for BetBoom, because Helm of the Overworld was just finished. Maelstrom, Radiance completed on position 1 and position 2. You need to shout out the waves, and then you can try to look for a fight. But they are getting tankier and tankier. Centaur going into Eternal Shroud. Kaya Sanj completed on Lornoff, so beefy boys in front. And also 23, he managed to recover nicely going into Shadowblade, so that's going to be his item. Eventually might pick up, you know, a Silver Edge, but that's going to be some extra damage. I love this build on Drow, to be honest.
The Lance, Shadowblade.
Yeah, and then you get a Pike. And also Gust, this is a bit of an underrated ability, because before that was just a silence. Now it's a knockback, it gives you bonus movement speed, also reveals invis units, so good quality of life improvement over the years for Drow Ranger.
Would you say, how long was it since Drow was like a mainstay in the meta?
She was super popular, I would say, a year ago.
Yeah, and then before that though, it had been a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it works with Dota heroes.
Some.
I
feel like they're
Pango
Mars.
Pango has been first pick material for 3 years now.
Mars was first phase material since its inception. And then there was like that 2-month span where Mars wasn't really that great. And then he got buffed again. There's some heroes that really stick in the meta. Rubik was one of those heroes for the longest time as well. So Jabs just finishing off that Eternal Shroud. I think that I always wonder if Eternal Shroud is based off.
It's going to be one of those thoughts, isn't it?
Shroud the streamer. Yeah, of course. My brain never stops. I mean, the color scheme of the item is his color scheme on his stream as well. You know, maybe the connection's there. Who knows? But
yeah, we have to ask him. We have to ask Ice Frog.
That's yeah. You have one question to ask Ice Frog. That's
going to be the question.
I chose. Yeah. Great job, Ben. So
push
5-man smoke because they are infested on this Lifestealer. GPK going to show himself as he's going for this tier 2 tower in the top lane. They do have that access into the big black dragon, but they're wrapping around here on Aurora. Might find the proper positioning to find save, but he is the one who's infested. Smoke breaking, Blink, Lasso onto the sniper. They go to the Stampede. Blink, hoof stomp coming through from Jazz. The pop, the infest, they get the kill on a GPK. They're taking the sniper. They've got the call down coming through from Toronto, Tokyo. Q looking over at save. Do they have the damage or the stop? They have the kill. Q getting that kill on a save. They'll take out 2, and Aurora come out unscathed.
Yeah, Aurora are the ones who are playing super aggressive. They are the ones initiating a fight, getting the first jump with the Blink Lasso on a Batrider and also Blink Stomp. Having Stampede to back them up and find the right target. Because last two fights, we haven't seen a Roar that came out. Miero managed to harm his Blink Dagger, but they need to be the ones who start the fight. They need to lock onto a target and try to kill it. The problem is you need to find Shadow Demon as well. The other play around it is to get the toss back immediately so Shadow Demon can't get close and save somebody who gets in the middle of 5 people with the toss.
Have we seen Roar in general? I don't remember hearing a Roar.
There was one, yeah, when Drow Ranger was on top of the stairs when it was on Timber.
Ah, right.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
If BetBoom want to have that extra control, they're going to need Miero to do the Roar. So he continues to farm, he continues to put pressure up on that top lane. That's what they were trying to accomplish previously. Get that tier 2 tower, open up the map, open up potentially that outpost over in the bottom area of the map as well. 20 minutes in, Tormentors available. See if either team goes for them quickly, or if maybe one team's even looking over at Roche with it becoming daytime now. And Ollie going into Ags. So Aetherlens Ags.
Ollie's super farmed.
They were looking. But Blink out there from Jabs, and they're going to back up towards their Tormentor. This is really the timing. You know, Tormentors do spawn in about 20 minutes, but you go there about 21. You
I like this. Yeah, I like this a lot from BetBoom. They know that they're going to probably stick around, go for Tormy, try to stick around for an XP rune. So try to use this and get a kill on Roshan, but Aurora, they have a pretty good read what's happening. 23 is not there, however. They still have a tier 1 tower.
1,000 health.
Tokyo zoning them out.
They go for Toronto Tokyo. That will be probably his life for the Aegis. Call down even used. And after getting that Aegis, they'll all just TP out.
Nicely done by BetBoom. Stealing away Roshan from a team that is 5k gold ahead. This is the timing where Aurora could have gone for Roche. They definitely have more than enough damage. So, yeah, nice play overall. Toronto Tokyo sacrificing his life. And because Aurora was doing Tormentor at the time, they needed to heal. 23 was very low on HP and mana, so he was not there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's still sticking close in terms of net worth, I would say. And they're up 6k. Like, this isn't a bad situation for Aurora at all. Yes, they give up that Aegis. It gives an opportunity for BetBoom maybe to look for a fight with the second life on GPK, especially considering the fact that he was the one who died early in that engagement in the top lane near the tier 2 tower. But the big difference right now is the fact that you've got Q, who's got a lot of farm, and so does Ollie. You said it yourself. Super farmed right now.
Yeah, both sports are doing really good. Like Q especially. He has drums, blink, and a force staff, plus sitting on 1,000 gold, having Philosopher's Stone, so that's not gonna be... He almost has the same amount of farm as Jabs, which is pretty insane, considering that Jabs is playing a Centaur. And also Jabs being one of the greedier ones from the offlane.
Level 15. Jesus.
He's higher level than Sniper.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And GPK had a good start. Like, he had one death early, just had that death top, but he is behind the Batrider. How many stacks did Batrider make? It must have been like
7, 8,
go with
probably.
I'm gonna go with 9. That's my guess. But they were looking, I believe, Silver Edge for Drow and Lincolns, and I think the Silver Edge is what's being finished. But they've got the lasso, get a kill on a Toronto Tokyo, and Aurora continue to get kills on this gyrocopter, but is it going to be enough? They are up 5,000, like we said. That's a lot of support gold that's there. But BetBoom is... They've been in this situation before.
Yeah, they need to prolong
Still have
the
to play
game.
perfect.
Pretty much, and a little bit of a push coming out into top lane. Miero manages to take down the tower. Getting closer to his BKB. They have abilities that go through debuff immunity, so not gonna feel super safe, but needs a little bit of protection.
Radiant are scanning.
Keep hearing this taunt from 23. Let's see, we've got Arrow. You said BKB still is Aegis for 1:47. It's a lot of time for BetBoom if they want to fight.
Not necessarily.
But yeah, they don't
think
have to.
I think they want to delay, get another round of items.
Yeah.
You did mention some of the Lincoln Spheres. There is Lifestealer going for one, because they have no protection whatsoever in terms of skills. Gyrocopter doesn't provide you with much. He can pop a mech, but that's about it. Maybe some toss back from Tiny. So that's why they're building into Lincoln Spheres. And speaking of Lincolns, 23 also going for one.
Yep. He's going for that Lincoln's, picked up that ulti orb. And I believe they infested in a save again, so maybe they find Q. Avalanche toss with the infest popping. Save gets the kill. They pop the Stampede. They'll try to run the call down coming out from Toronto, Tokyo. Timber chain away from Lornoff, and that will be enough distance for Aurora to disengage.
I like that they're using Ancient Granite Golem, because you might think for a second it's a Tiny. It's a level 18 Tiny. Yeah, these are professional e-gamers after all. They're not going to fall for that. But let's see if they can find something else here.
I almost fell for it.
See, Lornoff thought it was
Tiny with Giants, right? Yeah. If he just holds a tree, I'd be convinced. 23, taking out that Ancient Granite Golem. With all that.
GPK wants to finish off the tower, but bit of a risky move.
Avalanche.
That's a nice play.
Looking for the TP in, and they're just going to go. Warnoff looking to clean up GPK. They get the kill. They'll take him out for 50 seconds. They've got the Prime Aurora. It's going to be on the 23. Do they have the damage to get the kill to the Drow Ranger? Trying to chase him down. The Blood Grenade. Oh, hey, Blood Grenade. Who has one this late? It's Toronto, Tokyo to try and chase 23, but the rest of the team is off. They are gone. They didn't want to go even further for this Drow, and they don't get that kill. They end up losing too.
Great read from Say what's going to happen. Batrider TP'd in. He tosses him back immediately into 5 players, but yeah, Batrider gets saved by Shadow Demon, so that's a bit of a bummer. Lornoff, he's still chasing. Save. Yule Scepter ready. Also Observer Ward showing a little bit of a vision there, so they need to fall back, losing Sniper and also losing Gyrocopter.
Fighting on the end of that Aegis. Losing GPK in a fight. They started a whole lot right at the edge of the TP. Timing in 23. Good gust. Gets invis dusted, running. Call down, not going to connect thanks to the 4 staff coming out from Q. He's got a lot of farm, and that's why he was able to afford that item.
Oh, they
killed it. 23 survive.
That rocket connected, saves in one more time.
Avalanche, toss, Ollie. With the homing missile, they should have his kill at least one.
Best keeping
They'll
him
lose
alive.
to Ollie at 23 again with the Hurricane Pike, able to make some distance between him and the rest of BetBoom. They just cannot keep up.
He's so slippery on Drow Ranger. This 4 staff plus Hurricane Pike that came into play. Shadow Blade, you lose vision, you get gusted.
And they just have so much movement on him too.
Yeah, it's because they focused everything on him and still didn't manage to kill him.
We have, I mean, a Batrider who's so farmed. He's got Yule's Blink and 4 staff with drums. So activating the drums, starting to run, 4 staffs to the Drow. Then you've got the Hurricane Pike to make even more distance. Like, they just can't catch 23. And they have Stampede too. Just so many ways to make distance between Drow and pretty much anything, truthfully.
Double scan play, 28 minutes. They knew that something was cooking. Miero will pick up that XP rune.
Bottom tier 2. Still gonna face destruction. Toronto Tokyo will pick up that wisdom rune. He's only level 13 at the moment. Surprised he didn't buy another blood grenade. I feel like he's always had one in his inventory. He's ready to chase.
Yeah, he's one of the players that keeps Blood Grenade for a really long time. Like
He used one in that fight over mid. I was shocked.
like,
It's
okay.
26 minutes. He's a
40 minutes, out, throw down a Blood Grenade. Back when Blood Grenade was introduced, it was solo. 9 Pandas solo, he was buying all of them, and then they got nerfed. Every single time, goes through the gates as an Undying, throws a Blood Grenade.
Yeah. You should be able to charge Blood Grenades, which each death, the blood radius gets stronger.
I'm down for that. That's not a bad idea. Slightly, you know, not by 180.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, you're adding a little bit of blood into the grenade, and it gets a little bit stronger with each kill that you've held it for.
GPK continues to farm up, going into Silver Edge as his next item. Even though Reddit doesn't love Silver Edge, sometimes, you know, we see it. Yeah, I have to agree with that one, that the build-up is pretty mediocre, even though we did buff it like 2 times in a row in terms of Shadow Walk duration, but the item still doesn't feel as good. There are some good things to break in this game. Drow Ranger, Centaur, Timbersaw.
Shard is flying out for 23. He'll have that Glacier.
Roshan respawning in a minute.
There
Gonna
it
be
is.
on Radiant side.
I think Glacier is an underrated Shard.
Yeah, it's so good because your ulti doesn't get broken if you're on top of Glacier.
Not only that, Glaciers took out the Titanic. They've got the Infest. They'll go to the host stop. They're going to pop that Infest, and Lornoff's going to be in there with the Lincolns on him to try and defend himself. They get the kill to save. The look over is the last one's going to be on Toronto, Tokyo. Right clicks in from 23. Primal Roar was used, but that's to go in for
They're
Lornoff.
going for Timber.
GPK, Hurricane Pike there by 23. They're still trying to get the kill on Timber. They're going to look over at Nightfall. The host stop is going to miss. The Avalanche on it too, with the buyback being used by both supports on the side of that.
23
They
in
try
trouble.
themselves. 23, they get the kill on the Drow, and they'll look towards the rest. Nightfall continuing to run forward. They've got the Assassinate onto Jabs, but the attention is on to Ollie. They'll break down the trees. He tries to TP out. The damage is going to be there in time as Miero gets credit for that one. And it will be BetBoom who get 2 kills after losing both supports that bought back immediately. And this lines up with Roche, which is a huge timing for them.
Yeah, this is pretty big. They just need to sit inside a pit. Nightfall, don't leave. And there it is, Roshan with his own banner and Aegis. So this one, again, belongs to BetBoom. For a second, I thought that it's going to be pretty bad considering that they focused down Timbersaw, full HP, but they also forced out Disruption from Shadow Demon, and then he did not have it to save 23.
I thought 23 might be able to put some more damage on GPK because he Hurricane Piked him, but he only threw 1 right click after that. GPK was sitting at like half health, I want to say, in that fight. They just couldn't get to the backlines for him. Primal Roar used onto the Batrider of Q.
Ooh, even a BKB, Miero with a little bit of a misclick there. Definitely didn't need it.
Making sure it works.
Yeah, it was his 9-second BKB, testing it out. About to finish off AC. I've seen Nightfall also having AC in his quick buy, and now he changed it after seeing that Miero picked it up. So going for Basher as his next item. Even had a Buckler, so casual Buckler on a Lifestealer.
Huh. Why not?
Puppy style.
Definitely. Roche's banner thrown mid, by the way, on that tier 3 tower. The best item in the game.
Yeah, also best spot in the game to place it. All right, next patch, I want to see this item reworked completely, maybe even removed from the game. Give him the treatment.
What, Roche
Give him
banner?
the poor man's shield treatment, yeah.
How long did it take before people all started to realize that you could place Roche's banner globally? I feel like people didn't realize that at first. I know in my games, people were walking to the spot and just like placing it down. I'm like, you know that's global, right? Every time I said that, people...
I think the latest one for me that took the longest to realize is the Ancient Guardian. I thought it worked around Ancients. Like ancient camps, not the actual ancient.
Oh my gosh.
Why are the ancients then called ancients? It's so confusing. Back to the game. Let's see if GPK is going to be able to find something in terms of smoke. They don't have any.
You've never made me feel smarter before in my life. Until that comment.
Well, I talked about it the other day as well. Something with the ancient, the word ancient. I realized that all ancient creeps have prefix ancient.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ancient granite golem. Ancient black dragon.
I'm a little embarrassed. It's okay.
it's a rough feeling, isn't it? So, still though,
in my defense, I focus on stacking and being efficient instead of reading the the full name.
Yeah, I'm out
Because we
here.
don't call it, we call it BBD. We call it Big Black Dragon. We call it a BBD.
Well, now it's time to start.
I think I will stick with the BBD. Let's see if Save can find something. Tiny. Lurking.
23.
Smoke. See if we can find something here. Scan did connect, but nothing to toss back. He doesn't have an ally to toss it back to. Doesn't have that level 20 talent yet. Supports inside of BetBoom are slightly under-leveled. Level 15 on Gyro, level 14 on Tiny. Compared
level
to
18.
18 Batrider, yeah.
Sheesh. Speaking of a BBD, Niero's got control of one.
He's been swapping between Dragon and Ancient Granite Golem, giving them some extra HP. I don't see the one that gives you the reduced cooldown. What's it called? Warp Time Aura or something.
Warp time aura. Oh, Blink, Host Stomp misses. BKB again from Niero. Not afraid to
Works
just-
for the second time.
Yeah, it works. Quality control, put the tag on there, it works. Yeah, that was after the hoof stomp had already missed. BKB being shipped out same day to GPK with a minute left on this Aegis. So, I don't think they're too pressured to force this Aegis. But the last time the Aegis expired, GPK died. That was that fight over mid by the tier 2, where Save blinked in and avalanched on Q as he TP'd into the mid lane, but they still ended up losing GPK. Jab's going for X, so workhorse in our future.
Is he really going for it? I don't think
know.
I've seen Workhorse in a professional game yet.
I don't think I have either. Wasn't it Hitch a Ride? Or was called Hitch a Ride? It still says cast Hitch a Ride on target ally.
Yeah, total duration, 8 seconds. All right, I'm down.
Workhorse, interesting.
What? Like, why Aghanim Scepter? Well, maybe he wants to pick up Drow Ranger. I don't know. I just feel like that's a bit of a stretch, but he's going for it. He's committed.
It feels like a meme. Like this Ag's ability has felt
Feels like a meme. What do you mean? He puts an allied hero into the cart and drives him around.
Yeah, that feels like a meme. Yeah, that looks just like... It feels kind of ridiculous.
It does. All right, let's see it in action. Courier is being used.
We have the cosmetic voting going on right now. I think they need to make a cosmetic for the cart.
Cart, yeah.
You know, have that crossover of like Dota and F1. That would be pretty cool. So there's that Ags finished and being delivered. And he's got it. So, workhorse, hitching a ride. I like it. 75 mana, not a lot to just make a cart show up behind you. Not really that expensive. So, I mean, are you gonna pull him off the glacier? I really want to know how
He
this
gets on top of the glacier and you're like, oh, well, I can't pick you up. You're too high.
Do you pull the glacier with you?
Maybe that's the combo. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Maybe they're onto something.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how this ends up playing out. Because that's a lot of gold investment. I feel like you have to have a plan when you do something like this. 38 minutes into the game. We've been sitting at like the same net worth deficit for a while. That's a small graph. Yeah, up and down.
Now, I was trying to figure out if it gives you something else other
Other than just
card
like that?
Yeah. So it gives 200
gold.
extra attack range to melee heroes, which is pretty nice.
Good thing.
Good
they're
thing
gonna be
Drow
pulling
Rangers,
Drow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And can cast Hitch a Ride on an ally. Is
No,
it
for
weird
real,
that
that's gonna be great if he can pull the Glacier.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no other word than yeah. Because I'm envisioning in my mind just a Glacier being pulled with this Drow, but I don't think that's how the interaction works. Because you're not attached to the Glacier.
It's Dota 2. Anything can happen.
That is true. Okay. Or he'll just use
There it is.
He's hitching a ride with nobody.
4,000 gold. Look at him go.
Really doing a lot of work here. Primal Roar is going to be used onto the Shadow Demon. He already hitched a ride. They'll go to the host on PKB. He's going to be popped by Miero. They'll try to get the kill on Ollie. They'll take out one. That's going to be the Shadow Demon dead with the lasso being used here by Q.
Arrow's tanky.
Arrow's tanky, but not tanky enough at the moment as Nightfall walks over and gets a bash onto Jabs, but uses that rage and starts to back away as they find themselves the Bat Rider once again. GPK from a distance doing a lot of damage with the Shrapnel down. Right clicks are in. 23 on top of the Glacier trying to do some damage on a Nightfall. Right clicks, the damage, the hoof stomp, the control, the kill. Toronto Tokyo's right on top of 23. Pop the BKB. They'll take out this Gyrocopter. And Aurora, they're starting to clean up. GPK just not doing enough damage in a fight like that. It felt like 23 was doing way more.
Oh, BetBoom was all over the place in that previous fight. I want to see damage that came out from Timbersaw because Lorinov has a pretty free reign. If he's not focused down, holding onto Stormcrafter, if you have Stormcrafter on a hero that is like super tanky, that doesn't die, you're sticking onto a target, and now has level 25, so double chakram is available. This guy is going to be a menace to deal with. That's the replay, of course. Hitch a ride.
Yeah.
Did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But GPK, you're not really going to see him completely on your screen, but he's over here by the secret shop at some point doing some right clicks, but 23 is just doing way more damage, and they ripped through Miero. I thought you were going to be right here that Nightfall was going to infest him and try and pop out, but was unable to do so quickly enough. And
yeah, 23 had a really good positioning in that fight. You can see the power of Drow Ranger. Against Lifestealer, he does have Rage, he does have Manta Style, but if that's on cooldown, you get gusted, you get stunned by a Centaur, you're going to die from 100 to 0.
So tier 2 bottom. 23 gets that.
All eyes on Centaur. I want to see Hitch a Ride actually do something.
Do you think he panicked? And just
panicked and like, oh, I gotta buy some, gotta spend the gold.
No. Panic and pressed Workhorse, and I mean nobody was on the cart.
It still gives him Stampede, so that's something.
Okay. Fair enough.
Next Roche respawning on Radiant side. No vision from both teams. There is a Watcher available for Aurora. Full backstab coming out from BetBoom. Let's see what they're gonna find.
Smoke's used, infested in a save. Look in, Flame Break, Blink, Lasso, they found him, the right clicks, 23 is going to be on the Glacier, they get the kill on the save, they'll take him out immediately.
No buy this time.
Lorinov gets that kill, he's godlike. Toronto Tokyo again, 23 with the BKB, they've got themselves eyes on GPK, who will pop his own BKB and try and stand his ground, now TPing out, but the damage is going to be enough, yes it will be. They take out the Sniper and Aurora. They have full control of this game.
Completely different fight than the previous one at the same spot where BetBoom used 2 buybacks on 2 supports. Both supports needing 100 and 200 gold for buybacks. So you have an outpost, a TP2, that's why they want to take the fight, but couldn't get anything done. Any kind of assist. If you use the spell, you kill the hero, you would have enough for a buyback, but that didn't happen. And now we're getting to that 25 territory. Drow Ranger did pick up, of course, the marksmanship chance, so brings it down to 51%, I believe. 52. So every second hit does proc it.
Tier 3. Gonna take some damage here. Arcane Blink on Lorinov, who's godlike. Buybacks available on Sniper and Azure Ray.
Lorenov didn't die for good 35, 36 minutes. They killed him, what, 6-7 minutes into the game, and ever since then, he became too tanky. And this just might be it. If BetBoom, if they can't find an opening, if they can't find a good toss back into like tier 4 towers, Tiny, he also needs a little bit of extra XP to get that level 20. No toss, no target required for a toss.
It's still a little bit tough though, right? Like if Sniper's alive, it's one of the hardest high grounds to break. But obviously right there he was dead, so they were able to get themselves the tier 3 bot. But maybe next time BetBoom are in that situation, it may not be the same. With Sniper alive. So infested again. Let's go to this replay. Eyes on hitching a ride here, but immediately killing it. Save. And then GPK.
Yeah, that fight's over immediately. Yeah. Lorenov gets on top of Sniper. Forces them to use a BKB. If you don't pop it, you're going to get double chakram in your face. There's a toss back, so gem on the ground. Good kill. Let's see if they can find more.
You've got time to kind of wait. You have this Aegis in the pockets of 23, so you could wait for Q to be back alive, or start a fight, he buys back, and you go. But it would have to be near a TP point for sure, which not many of those available for Aurora with no towers outside of their base.
I'm just thinking, seeing Centaur has a refresher shard.
Double hitch a ride.
Yeah, can you pull 2 people at once?
All of a sudden you've got a train car behind you with 2 cattle. Oh my gosh.
Daedalus
the
now
tank engine starts playing.
Yeah. Drow Ranger is massive. BKB in the backpack. She can still become... She still needs like 10,000 plus gold to be 6 slotted. If you want to eat your ags, buy a blink.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
GPK only level 22. He's got that Daedalus. Shard flying out for Miero. No ads for him yet. No drums of slom.
It's not a build anymore.
It's not just straight slomming anymore. Because for a while it was first item ags for a couple of months.
It was ags. Kaya Sanj be super annoying, unkillable, but Beastmaster hasn't been seen much in competitive play. As we said, you know, a couple of players only played this hero. Zoo meta has not been a thing.
Good obs there.
Linked Avalanche. Assassinate's going to be out of the Shadow Team, and they pop the Infest. They'll go, and they get the kill on Ali. Primal Roar is going to be used here by Miero. Pops a BKB very early. They're focusing their attention on 23. They might be able to get the kill onto this Drow, but they'll take out Save instead. Down goes Q. They're both going to buy back on the supports on the side of Aurora. 23 standing his ground, going after GPK as they've got Nightfall. They've got the Gust onto the Lifestealer. Right clicks come out from 23 again, but he goes into the Shadow Blade and looks back over at Nightfall. That's one click that hits, but they've got the Hex. It's on a GPK with a double chakram on him, and Lorenov now beyond godlike as he's got a triple kill and takes out GPK with no buyback.
2 supports from Aurora did use a buyback, so they can go in and try to look for something, because Q does have Lasso available. They're still holding on to that Aegis for 50 seconds. Lorenov is just a menace. They don't have enough to deal with him. Nightfall damage output in the fights is not enough. He's walking around, he's getting stunned, he's getting controlled by the Hex, getting gusted away, and this just might be it. 50 seconds, no buy on GPK.
Still need to take a tier 2 tower top.
They could just go and end.
They're gonna try.
Realizing that GPK doesn't have buyback, he's 1,000 gold short. Avalanche from the back, they've got the Infest popping, they'll buy back on Toronto, Tokyo, they've got the Lasso coming through from Q, that's going to be able to get the kill on a Save, they've got the right click coming up for 23, he's on the Glacier, on the high ground of the Radiant base, he's doing so much damage, Miero ends up falling, down goes Nightfall, GG is called, and Aurora take game 1 from BetBoom.
Yeah, really strong showing from Aurora in this first game. Both supports did pop off. Lorenov with only 1 death. 23, he was pushed out of the lane relatively early on. The Nyx Assassin pop-off probably not going to happen after all, but one can only dream about it. Nyx, not a hero we see too often, but a lot of these good position 4s have been banned out, so they needed a pairing for Enigma. And this hero can be really hit or miss. Like you can't, like you need a lot of levels. You can't allow. I think the big part would be if you somehow manage to steal enemy XP rook. If you can yoink it and then next assassin gets double XP, this is what the hero needs. A little bit of that extra oomph.
Oomph. Yeah, that is always something that you'd like to have. Extra oomph. By the way, I know you don't like this conversation, but Trail of the Burning Doom Enchantress. Yeah. Well, that is Toronto Tokyo with Trail of the Burning Doom on the headpiece. Usually Glitch Cosmetics.
What's the price
China
right
thing?
now?
On something like that, Ench isn't really a hero that has a lot of glitch cosmetics, so I would assume that one's pretty expensive. Because, like, you think about Tusk, the fist piece I want with Bleak Hallucinations, $1,800 US. So that one is probably up there. I like that it's also got Vici Gaming and DK games watched on that piece. So that is why that Enchantress is going to be on fire the entire time, not because of the clinks.
I want to see, like, in terms of damage, they have some pure damage. They have something to deal with Timber, so it's overall a really good game, unless you're getting hit by Impetus, Swashbuckle burning your mana, and also pure damage from Vendetta. So that's going to be good, but I still feel Lorinov is going to have a good time in this game. It was, after all, the last pick for their team, Timber, and also want to see what Clinks is going to be able to achieve. I know FY, speaking of glitch cosmetics and everything, he does play position 4 Clinks. China started to do it. You need to be able to get a lot from the lane. It also stops Enchantress from using the creeps, why we see Toronto Tokyo starting with Nature Attendance immediately level 1. And maybe they don't put enough pressure. Maybe they can get away with this position 4 Clinks. Paired up with the Centaur, you have a lot of kill threat, so if you can get a couple of kills, you can set yourself up for a really good early game, because Faceless Void is very passive position 1 hero.
Yeah. Basically, the only active thing he's doing is usually time walking away. We've seen this matchup mid too, by the way. The Timber saw Pango matchup. We saw it yesterday, and at one point, Timber was just behind the tier 1 tower, creep skipping.
Yeah, because he was playing super aggressive, and we might see something similar. Not an easy matchup for Pango. He's still gonna have, you know, some CS, but you can't kill Timber. On the other hand, Timber can kill you, especially if he gets that level 6 slightly faster than you. Maybe with the rotation. The heroes that can rotate are not the greatest against Pango, because they don't provide you with any kind of stuns, a little bit of slow from Clinks, but that's about it.
So right now, CS-wise, really looking good for the side of Aurora. 6 and 6 for that Enigma in the top lane, though, for Miero. This feels more so like a lane where 23 is not going to be pushed out too quickly.
No, they wanted to place TA in the safe lane. You want to have something that spill damage from side blades, so you can actually kill Eidolons. Not many heroes from the carry lane can do so, and you can already see 1 hit in the top lane, down to almost half HP on Eidolons.
Yeah, gotta be careful with where you place those. Gotta be careful with where Miero's health is overall, but Malefice, and all of a sudden, a couple right clicks from the Eidolons at 23, slouching over at about 100 health. So passed over a Tango, gets back to that 200 mark, and just casually farming right now. Lornov's really the one who's shining. I mean, I can't praise this guy enough with how well he's played.
Yeah, he's been popping off every single time we watch him play.
Definitely enjoying the Timber that he's been playing. Toronto Tokyo going to stay in the face of Jabs. Also going to look to try and get this pedal, but it goes to Jabs. So, gets advantage of that Lotus. Will take away that potential regen there from the side of BetBoom. As Lorinov now deep towards the tower and really in the face of GPK. Not much fear, and I think with a potential better game for 23, I would say things will look up for him, but a Blood Grenade thrown over Miero, wants to go for this 2 stacks on the Shadow Poison. Ollie's in. He really wants a kill here. The side blade's doing some damage. Miero. Oh!
Got him.
Off the Eidolon.
Oh, a little bit of a misplay there from Miero. He still gets the first blood. Maybe he wanted to die there because he was no mana, no HP whatsoever, so maybe he wanted to die in the end, but yeah, if he wanted to live, spread the Eidolons.
Just let that Eidolon get the Sideblade and kill him. So save now. He's not got a lot of mana to work with. He's got 2 charges on that stick. 23 got low after that Impale Mind Flare. Not really easy to deal with as the levels go up. Impale level 2, Mind Flare only level 1 for the moment, and we talked about how Nyx Assassin could have a big impact in this game as it goes as time goes by. Certainly possible. That combo with Impale and Mind Flare late in the game is pretty powerful.
If you manage to get through the early game as Nyx Assassin, you can still kill every hero solo. Nightfall getting a lot of damage, getting harassed quite a lot.
Yeah, not the same as the Lifestealer lane last game, where Jabs wasn't really able to put together a couple double edges where you just rage away. But this time around, the damage could certainly be there, and if Time Walk's on cooldown, you might find yourself in a really sticky situation, but Q just getting run down by this Warpine Raider as well as Toronto Tokyo on this Enchantress, to the point where Q, not a lot of life left. 23 just cleaning up some more Eidolons, and that is just an extra injection of gold for this TA at the moment.
38 CS. Maybe we can see how many Eidolons did die in the lane, because I feel like that's a lot. 40 CS already, 5 minutes into the game. These numbers are definitely inflated.
Just a little bit. That being said, you know, Lornoff's also at 38 and 8, but there's certainly a lot of Eidolons dying.
He just killed 4 of them.
46 feels like a much more inflated number.
Compared to 40?
Yeah, compared to like, what, 38 we were at just a second ago?
Radiant are scanning.
Save comes over, Arcane Rune. That will be picked up by Save. So now, Impale, Mind Flare. Has that Arcane Rune. You're going to have that combo up in just a second, so you can't really stay too close if you're the
Save is still chasing him. Ooh, misses the stun. Maybe this could have been a kill. Raindrop was available. Level 2 stun, 160 damage would not be enough. But would be close.
He did the math. That courier going over towards the TA. Save was also trying to chase that, but won't catch up to it. They've also got the obs, so I think they got eyes on Save for a second. Miero really just dealing with no health at the moment. He has to be very careful about where he's standing, especially making more Eidolons like that. So, for now, I think Aurora, out of the lanes, it looks a lot better than last game because 23 is getting a lot more.
Yeah, and also Jabs is free farming, so is Timbersaw. They're not really punishing Jabs. They don't have enough damage to kill him straight away.
Shows
up in the bottom lane. Nightfall thinking about using the Time Walk. Brings another.
They've got Ollie here. Should be able to get a kill on a Toronto Tokyo. They will. Ollie gets credit for that one. So, able to take out that Enchantress, and this tower is going to be pressured with Jabs moving forward. 23 at level 6. He'll start placing down those traps, which later could be a problem, right? Shard, silence. If you get trapped with Faceless Void, your silence then could die right after.
Usually the build from like mid TA is pick up a Dragonlance, get a Blink Dagger, and then pick up a Shard, go for Deso, or pick up, you know, some damage out of Casual Chrysalis. Seen that quite a lot recently as well. But yeah, definitely up to pick up that early Shard, because great against Faceless Void, great against Pango. Nyx Assassin doesn't like to play into instant silence.
Miero gonna take over some of the jungle, but they do have eyes on him with that ward as well. Dragonlance will be the first item, followed by Deso for 23. See how quickly he gets to that, and of course, how quickly he'll follow that up into getting charges on that Desolator. They have Stampede, so are able to close the distance if they want to work with Lornoff at 23, who are top of the net worth at about equal net worth between the two of them. Save just trying to clear up potential farm here, stopping him from respawning for 23 as he goes through this jungle. GPK with an amplified damage, though. He's chasing. He's got help from this OBS that was placed down by Save. So they know where he's at, but are they going to be able to go?
Okay, Bet Nightfall's here. They're definitely going to be able to get the kill.
They've got the Rolling Thunder, and 23 going to be bounced up into the air, and he'll end up dying.
This is something that
benefits of that camp.
BetBoom does really well. Going into like understanding when enemy carry goes to jungle, they know exactly where he's gonna farm. They play some deep vision and then go for a kill. First rotation from GPK, successful. We'll get him closer to his diffusal blade. Just a recipe away.
Aurora, no stranger to having 23 die a couple times early and still winning the game, as they saw in the first game. Especially when Lornoff continues to have great starts like he has. And throw that trap up there, take out that OBS that was pretty obvious once he ended up getting ganked with precision. Ollie's level 6, so if they want to go, might be able to make something work. Save not level 6 just yet, but they'd love to have that Vendetta. Make more deep dives like the one they just had on 23. Didn't have to use Chrono on that last kill either, so they still have that available, but using it on, say, Jabs or Lornoff is ill-advised considering they're pretty tanky.
This lineup from Aurora, you need to stay ahead. Like, if you're playing from behind with this type of a draft, you're going to be in a bit of a pickle, I would say. We've seen it yesterday when BetBoom played Faceless Void plus Enigma. These two heroes, they scale extremely well, like having multiple refreshers on the team. Kind of hard to fight into that. They do have a little bit of a save. They have Shadow Demon, of course. They have, you know, Stampede. That's not going to work against Black Hole nor Chronosphere, but overall, they do have ways to disengage a fight when they feel like they need to.
Yeah, once the Black Hole is used, once you're sucked past the event horizon, there's no getting out. So, meanwhile, Ollie, he's going to take over the farm on mid. So we saw it in the last game. It's something that I was really impressed by, was the support farm from Aurora, and you've already got Clinks at 3,000 net worth. He's getting there.
The way you farm with this hero is with Death Pact. You have 2 charges starting at like level 3 of Death Pact, so you can start going around. The problem is you're buying into this very expensive item. You're going for Orchid, so your impact early on is not going to be there.
Ooh, Black Hole, but immediately stopped. Miero is dead to Lornoff, and that's the kind of movement I was expecting with Stampede, and Aurora immediately go for it.
Jabs is having a really good game. Again,
Early blink.
11-minute Blink Dagger plus Phase Boots. Now you can start to make some moves. The problem is they don't have that like extra follow-up damage, something that Faceless Void is afraid of, so they can't really kill Nightfall unless he makes a mistake. You need Shadow Demon, maybe to set things up, Centaur with the stun plus Timbersaw that can burst him, because his spells are maxed out now. Lornoff. Safety Bubble plus a Shield Rune. Yeah, this guy's not gonna die.
Getting closer to that Orchid, needs the recipe in the Cornucopia. Not quite there just yet, but they were looking over at bottom to potentially get a kill. And she's in exactly the easiest kill immediately. That with Faceless Void standing behind, you just get turned around and Chrono and save. With this Vendetta is going to be standing forward, looking to get Jabs, who's level 9, but again, still very tanky. So can they commit and get this? With 4 heroes, it's certainly doable. Spike Carapace, thinking about the stun, misses it.
He went for the play. Okay, he's still probably gonna die here.
Yeah, Chrono.
Because what he wanted to do is Carapace out of Vendetta, and if you have a point and retaliate, you will instantly get stunned. But unfortunately for him, Jabs doesn't have a point in it yet.
But they still get the kill, they get the tower. So good move there from BetBoom to have 4 heroes and go for this. Nightfall with the early Maelstrom. Ollie going to show his face over bottom for a second. Miero only level 9 now, as his farm has been impacted by that last death, and he's pretty close to the Centaur, so it's not terrible. Got that first Mithril Hammer for 23 Savage. Flying out. As he's looking to get into that Deso and take this stack. Save again. this time Invis thanks to the smoke, but has Vendetta.
Dire are scanning.
This is going to be a big kill if they can get him.
Again, Spike Carapace looking, and 23 up in the air with the impale with a blink hoof stomp. They've got the disruption. They go to the Rolling Thunder. Can they get the kill to 23? Ooh, boy, he's getting low, but those Seeds of Serenity and the refraction keep him alive. Save and Toronto Tokyo end up dead. They really wanted 23, but his number's too high.
BetBoom did the same exact move in the previous game. 14 minutes in, they thought that they're strong enough, diving slightly too deep. And Ollie has been on the money. Shadow Demon going into Ether Lens next.
And Jab's dropping down the Seeds of Serenity too.
Yep.
Makes it that much harder.
You managed to get through the toughest phase for Clinks, I would say, because if you're not getting kills in the lane, you can't really farm that much. A lot of the times you will not get the lane for yourself, but getting closer to Cornucopia and then just a recipe for a 50 recipe away from that Orchid. That's going to be the big timing. One of the reasons why Nightfall is also going immediately into Manta style. No shenanigans. He picked up Maelstrom, knows that there's going to be silence coming out from TA Trap, and also Clinks already showed that he's going for Orchid. And there's that Deso, 15 minutes in.
Radiant are scanning.
So Dragonlance Deso, save. Again, just forward with GPK nearby, but I believe Q caught wind of at least GPK there.
As an Nyx Assassin, you feel like this hero can't farm. It's not Meteor Hammer meta where you can buy these small components, one-shot the creep wave, so you need to get stuff done with Vendetta, otherwise you're useless on the map.
Would it have been worth to try and go for Meteor Hammer at all? Like, it just, I feel like you're right. You just don't farm.
Dagon is a much better choice overall.
Scanning.
You can't clear the creep waves, but you can one-shot a creep. That's good. You want to have that damage save. Let's see if they can
Lorinov?
kill Lorinov. Kaya Sanj,
It's
running low on mana though.
Not the easiest
5
kill,
heroes.
but jeez, they bounced him up. He was unable to do anything. That's a good way to get to this Aurora team is by slowing down Lorinov, because when he's at the top of the net worth, he is a big problem, and that's where he sits right now. And you said it earlier, this is a lineup that has to stay ahead, right?
Yeah, you gotta have this tempo with the lineup. I want to see them go for Roche, take one more fight, to maybe smoke up, play top part of the map, because Roshan is on Dire side. You have Deso, so damage is not gonna lack. But yeah, I assume they want to go for a pick-off, show this new Orchid, try to grab a kill on Nightfall. Nightfall is in real danger right now.
He is too far forward. This is a greedy spot. Blink, Hoof Stomp, Orchid, and the Shard on 23 as well. So silence on silence. Actually, the Shard wasn't even delivered yet. That Courier was the one carrying it, so all they needed was that Orchid. Lorinov again. Black hole on the edge of it. Past that event horizon, but do they have the damage this time with the impetus? Oh, the Eidolon damage, and Toronto Tokyo getting that kill. They will take out Lorinov back-to-back, but now the chase is on to try and get a kill and a save. Ali here with 23, and that's going to be another Deso charge, or 2 charges technically, for 23.
Lorinov is still killable. This time around, he was surrounded by 3 heroes with pure damage, Nyx Assassin, Vendetta, Black Hole, and also a couple of impetus shots.
Now Black Hole is down. You're able to get save in retaliation, but like you said, you might want to be looking towards Roche. Making that move. It is top at the moment. So they could go that direction, but they're going to smoke. If they could catch Nightfall again.
He's getting closer to Manta style. Recipe is super costly, needs another 1400, but we'll farm that in the next minute or so.
Or the destruction for the Clinks. So he'll be hitting that much harder. And Clinks, definitely one of those heroes that can kind of turn into a 4th core.
Are scanning.
So is Enchantress.
Radiant's middle
Dust, save. Oh. There it is, Shadow Poison. They got some sort of vision on him. Hoof Stomp, Spike Carapace, and save. No one here to save him, so he'll die. Another kill for Aurora.
Yeah, they need to keep the pressure. Pre-BKB, pre-Manta style, anything with those dispels. Double silence is a very good tool to deal with Nyx Assassin, Pango, and also Faceless Void.
Is under attack.
Philosopher's Stone for Miera.
Yeah, it's a common pickup on Enigma. One of the few core heroes who don't feel bad about not having it because you're farming with your Eidolons anyway. And you got it early on, 17, 18 minutes into the game, which allows you to scale. You're getting a lot of farm. Yesterday, he was playing Enigma. He also had Philosopher's Stone. He had Helm of the Overlord, so you're getting the gold out of nowhere. Like, you don't necessarily need to be there. You're sending out the creeps, sending out the Eidolons, pushing out the creep waves.
He's 1,000 gold ahead of Jabs, who had a great start. 23 edging forward, looking maybe for something, but he's got Lauren off nearby, going for the BKB next. We'll see if he goes straight for the BKB or if he gets greedy and skips it for an item. GPK going into the Ags, he's 20 gold away from that. And this Manta should be done in a moment too for Faceless Void. So BetBoom hitting a timing. Hitting a bit of a timing.
Lauren out this time around, completely different build. In terms of his second item, picking up BKB, understands that like this Carapace is going to destroy him, impetus as well, it doesn't go through debuff immunity, mana burn, so wants to be in the front line, wants to get multiple round of spells. Hero continues to farm up with that Philosopher's Stone, with Eidolons, wants to pick up his BKB. There's nothing that can cancel a BKB. Black Hole, maybe eventually Klinks is going to pick up some Basher just so that they have something.
Right now he's looking Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn is such a strong item on Klinks. All these Skelly bros do deal that extra damage.
So Roche sitting bot if Aurora feel like they want to take it. There's going to be a smoke from BetBoom, so maybe they're sensing that the timing for Aurora is heading towards that Roche. They do have Miero down there. Q's top, and I believe showing himself on the creep wave, so they know that this Klinks isn't nearby, but he did take that twin gate there, so he should have himself a TP to get back down towards bottom, which he does.
There's the Chrono.
Oh no, disruption immediately, and that was the counter that they were talking about on the panel. They go after Nightfall, and he just gets killed. They wanted to go with the Chrono instead. They end up losing the Faceless Void. Toronto Tokyo on the run from Lorinov. The Rolling Thunder with the Ags. Here's Miero in with the Black Hole. Is it even needed? The Burning Barrage. They'll get the kill before he's able to drop it. They still get the kill to 23. Q Invis has eyes on save and GPK, but just needs some help. Swashbuckle going to miss on Ollie. I don't think it's going to matter. He might still die to the Eidolons here. Right-clicking him with the...
Oh, Q's going for a solo kill.
And that's going to be Lorinov getting Toronto Tokyo, Q getting save. They do end up losing Ollie, but Aurora come out ahead in this one.
We've seen Nightfall playing Faceless Void yesterday, and between 20 and 35-minute mark, he did cast a lot of these one-man Chrono that didn't end up too well. Immediately, Shadow Demon with the disruption saves, but they still managed to kill Temporary Assassin because 23 was playing slightly greedy.
Yeah.
Gonna see that again. I mean, he caught a glimpse of Ollie. Maybe he thought somebody, like Nyx Assassin, was still not close enough to get the stun off. And the Blink Dagger was available on 23. He thought that he's not gonna die, but save from Invis. Got that surprise. And Miero with the... I don't think he even casted a Black Hole in that one. Nope, just didn't happen. A lot of stuff that they need to focus on. Like, GPK is doing a lot of work with that Aghanim Scepter, burning mana. But they also... If he's the one who's getting jumped, if they take out GPK, I think that's going to be pretty massive. Because, again, there is no save on their side. There is no Force Staff or anything yet. No Glimmer Cape. Both supports from BetBoom buying for themselves, playing very greedy. This is going to be Dagon, a Nyx Assassin, and Enchantress with Dragonlance. We'll get into Hurricane Pike later on. But there's that Dagon now.
That's 23 and a half minutes in. Dagon level 1. Like, that's how underformed this Nyx Assassin is.
Holding on to Philosopher's Stone, found the perfect item, so that's good. Now needs to find some kills on the map.
Yeah, it's an injection of gold from Philly.
Wow, Q thinking about picking up second Deso. I don't think that's the build, just saying.
Second Deso. What? I remember we were covering a game where
there was a second Deso in the game. Didn't end too well.
No, they lost.
And it always happened with TA in the team, because nobody, like a lot of times TA's played from the mid lane, and then you have another carry who's like, yeah, you know what? I also want a TA-PA, I think was the combo.
I'm trying to remember.
I just remembered. Yeah.
Who the team is. Looks up. Arrow in. Silence, though. The trap is there. Black Hole's going to be used here on a Jeff. They get the kill onto the Centaur, but their Rolling Thunder lands on a Q. 2 years down on the side of Aurora. They already lost save, though. They go after 23. They've got the Chrono up once again with the impetus shots coming through. That's going to be just the Aegis, though. Lornoff's pretty tanky. He's going to be able to stand.
Like, not ready yet.
Want to go, but 23 is going to be in a lot of trouble. They need the refraction so he can survive. He ends up dying a second time. The Arrow gets the kill, and it's 4 dead on Aurora as BetBoom take a big fight to start to bring this one back.
They need to be the one getting the first jump. They need to have a lot of vision. I would also, like, playing against Nyx Assassin is always going to be difficult. All he did buy gem, but you also need Lornoff to get the glimpse. He needs to see Nyx Assassin getting in, and then you need to silence him with Orchid or silence him with the trap from Templar Assassin. Otherwise, because, again, this was a one-man Chrono, one-man Black Hole, and things are not going to get easier for Aurora. They need to get stuff done right now, because BetBoom, they're going to outscale them. This is Templar Assassin we're talking about, even though you have Clinks, who is super farmed. He's more farmed than Jabs again. Seems like they had a little bit of a talk in terms of farm priority, who's going to get what. Because Jabs, even in the previous game, at one point, was less farmed than Ollie.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where they're farmed.
By Ollie, I mean Q.
Yeah. Still, Deso queued up.
Deso queued for Q. Basher next for the Pango. You know, despite the fact that save is lowest on the net worth, he's had a lot of impact. Has that vision on 23 again. But not going to make a move just yet. Chrono is off cooldown for that fight. You're able to kill 23 a second time. So he's getting close to that level 20 as well. So he'll have either meld dispels or 3 meld armor reduction.
Yeah, meld dispels is just too good.
Yeah, seems like a very hard choice.
Malefice, lucky shot, time dilation, save these things. Save is in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, they've got Obs and Sentry. He doesn't have Vendetta anyway. Right click from 23. That'll get him another Deso charge. Maybe Q's hoping
that his carry dies and then he's picking up some Deso charges.
I was going to say that 23 gets to the max charges before he gets a Deso, but he switched over to the Hex.
Of course he did. Like, buying double Deso is just a grief.
Yeah, but we said that last time this happened, and we were so certain they were going to switch it, and then they didn't.
Well, sometimes you're focused on one thing and you don't see what your carry is going for.
Right.
So yeah, Hex is going to be the big one. If he can farm that, it's a super expensive item. But having Hex and Bloodthorn post BKBs, you can easily control them. Miero. Let's see if they can get a jump here. We're going the other way around.
This is Jabs and Clinks behind enemy lines, but this Courier, gotta be careful about the positioning. Toronto Tokyo is gonna come right through on a Jabs. They've got that Bloodthorn, right clicks in, and the Courier keeping vision, and that will be the Bloodthorn burn to get the kill on Toronto Tokyo, but you lose Jabs for this.
You lose Gem.
Gem on the ground. Not really worth it for Aurora.
It was Lornoff who was holding the Gem for ever since they bought it, but yeah, against Nyx Assassin, you kind of need to have a Gem. I think Save's pretty happy about this one, and now he's holding on to it.
Yeah, especially with the wards that...
So you got the Gem from the enemy team as the Nyx Assassin. You're playing against traps, you're playing against Clinks, so value is through the roof.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, especially with the wards that Dire were placing that were in the middle of the lane to try and catch them. They use that over top. Like, all this vision is going to be gone. This is rough. Daedalus almost there for TA. Shard being built for the Nyx Assassin to try and get that upgrade on the Vendetta that the Obs was showing us before. Toronto Tokyo has that Hurricane Pike BKB soon for Nightfall. So items are starting to come out for BetBoom and Aurora. It feels like they're kind of on the edge of the timing for their lineup.
Not yet. I would say post 40, 45, their lineup is just going to look much worse compared to BetBoom's.
Oh, Miero. They go to the Stampede. They've got the Impale and Black Hole committed with the Eidolons. The damage is there with GPK using that Swashbuckle. Get caught out like this is rough. It is, yeah, I guess maybe not on the edge of the timing. They are going to have double Hex timing. The Clinks one's going to come out way slower, though. They've got one now on Lornoff, which is big.
Lornoff, he gets that jump onto Nightfall. Could be pretty big. 23 ready.
Dust.
Nightfall time locked in. That might be a problem. There's the Hex, the silence, the kill. So even with the vision on Clinks, it was a bait.
And Nightfall immediately. I was just waiting for it. Because I know every single time he dies like that, he instantly either changes his item build or queues up another item. So Lincoln Sphere immediately, he's like, yeah, this Bloodthorn and the Hex initiation is going to cause me a lot of issues. There's another one.
Yeah, Hex, Bloodthorn, Trap Kill, gone, Q, killing off Toronto Tokyo.
That's exactly how they need to play. Lorinov has been on the money with his item build. In the previous game, he did go for Aghanim Scepter because the game did allow him to do that. Now picking up BKB as the second item, then a Blink Dagger to stick onto a target, and now with this Hex, it makes you a Blink Initiator. Save. Looking for something here.
There it is, Spike Carapace on the click. Q's coming over, Jab's getting dust. Q, is there anything you can do? Maybe with 23, they've got the silence onto GPK, and that is a huge kill.
GPK doesn't have a Dispel of his own. He went with the very greedy build, Octarine Core, Blink Dagger, and also having Nemesis Curse, so getting that extra damage.
Gem passed off to Miero.
Yeah, I think Jabs kind of regrets skilling Retaliate against Nyx Assassin, because he can instantly get stunned.
Yeah.
From Carapace, of course, so yeah, we've seen that. Adjustments like that in Dota history. You know, you're playing Morphling against Shaker. Shaker doesn't get more than 1 point in Enchant Totem. Back in the days where you can just turn into people.
What a ridiculous time we lived in. So actually, I thought that Hex was going to take a lot longer on Cube with those kills. Now he's got that Hex. So second Hex. BKB afterwards. We'll see.
This Clinks is gonna scale. Like, he has almost the same amount of farm as Nightfall. So having Hex Bloodthorn, your solo kill potential, you can kill off anybody.
Pretty much.
Plus having Enchanted Quiver, extra attack range coming out from his 15 talent. And that extra damage, of course, every 4 seconds.
So Save passed off this gem to Miero. I thought maybe they'd pass it back. Save had his TP on cooldown. That's why he passed it over. He thought he might die. So, yeah, okay, there it is. So Save gets a pass back.
Can we see the stats for passes for this game?
Yeah, you know, 2 for 2, no interceptions, 4 touchdowns.
Radiant's middle
Sports
tower
ball.
is under attack.
Roshan will respawn in 30 seconds on Radiant's side. So with this gem on BetBoom, they can make sure that there's no traps placed around. And in terms of buybacks, Lorinov does have one. No supports in Aurora.
Problem is they already walked over the trap. So, I mean, Aurora pinged it out. Save is sitting a little bit too far from Roche.
Radiant's middle tower.
So the trap that's in there is working, at least for now. Save just trying to get in the right positioning to maybe catch Aurora as they come over. Trap right under Roche's feet. BetBoom not starting just yet. They're pinging Roche on BetBoom's side. With Save never bringing the gem over, they don't know that there is a trap on Roche. Lornoff with Blink and Hex ready.
but they don't have a gem. They don't have the vision on the save. Save sitting on these trees, finds Q. They've got a sentry down on the Dire side. They'll take the obs, but now Roche
She's dropping.
It's getting a little bit low. They go to the Rolling Thunder, or thought about going to the Rolling Thunder for a second. They charge it up for a moment. They've got this trap down. They blink, post stomp. Nightfall goes in with the BKB. They're going to look over at Gems. The Timber Chain over from Lorinov. They go to the Chrono. It's going to land on the 2. There's the Black Hole. It's on the 23 as well as Lorinov. Both these heroes getting low. Timber Chain away with the BKB being popped by Lorinov. They get the kill on the 23. They take out Lorinov. Double silence onto both this Faceless Void as well as the Pango. They get the kill to GPK. They'll take out Save. It's a 2 for 3 so far. Gems ends up falling as he tries to TP out. Miero ends up surviving. And a 2 for 4 with Aegis in the hands of BetBoom as Aurora, it felt like they knew what was going on, but they waited a little bit too long, and all of a sudden, a 10,000 net worth lead is down to 4.
Taking a fight like that when you know that they already set up the vision, they place down Observer Ward, and also having an X Assassin, so if you go for any type of a play, you could get stunned off by Carapace. But yeah, as you said, a little too slow. Chrono was on to 2 of them, I believe.
And Black Hole on the 2 as well.
It was a setup for a Black Hole, so things are only going to get difficult. It was a 9k gold lead for Aurora before that Roche fight, and Miero, man, he's on the money with his Enigma plays, level 20 right now. About to finish off Refresher.
Oh, get that stretch in. Yeah, I did it all.
That was all me.
So Eidolon's pushing top, Save doing everything he needs to, even from the bottom of the net worth. I've said that a couple times. He has been playing really well. 0-7-14.
Ags for Lorinov soon. When they're able to take Lorinov out of the fight so quickly, that tanky hero, that space creator kind of is no longer there for you. And you can see here, Dota Plus win probability 56% for BetBoom. So
definitely expected that number to be higher.
Really?
Yeah, you're playing against 2 best late game heroes in the game. Faceless Void, we're getting there slowly. 1 Chrono available now, but there is second Black Hole.
Gem is not on save. There was a pass over to the Enchantress.
Another pass for position 5. Will look good on his stats after the game.
So many passes looking like Tom Brady.
He's getting another solo kill. He's all over the place, even without Gem. Bloodthorn Hex combo. That's exactly the type of a game that they need to play. They can't just face them straight 5 on 5 because they don't have enough. Like, their team fight is lackluster compared to what BetBoom are bringing to the table.
Fall moving over, that op is taken out, but it gives them information on the side of Aurora. I saw that Toronto Tokyo was there, and he's still holding the gem. Q has vision on Nightfall, who still has this Aegis for a minute 45. Not really something you want to fight into when you've got Chrono and Black Hole available, because if with that second life, if you've got Chrono, you're very deadly. So if they could time it right on Aurora, then getting a kill on Nightfall at a minute 30 would be huge. Another silence. Gosh, both Nightfall and GPK taking Mindbreaker.
It's a lot of silences. Let's see what Q is gonna find. Also, one of the reasons why Q is so farmed on this Klings is first, Tormi did give him that barrage, burning barrage, so you can one-shot the creep wave. Nightfall, he caught him. That sentry on top of the cliff.
Yeah, Mindbreaker there too has
1,000
silence.
Oh. Yeah, it's not like losing a support.
No, definitely.
It's super farmed.
1,000 gold and a big chunk of experience pushes him to level 25, so we'll have backtrack talent now. And you can see itemization, what's in a quick buy for Aurora members. They feel like that they will need to have those Wind Wakers to get out of the black hole. I mean, get out of the black hole, save people during the black hole and Chronosphere.
They've got a sentry down. BKB, hoof stomp, double edge. And with the Stampede, he should have another double edge. Gets the kill, but GPK is down here, rolling up. They are bringing down Enigma, so Miero's going to be here with a black hole if need be. Jabs doesn't have Stampede anymore. Midnight Pulse with the Eidolons. The damage enough. Warnoff comes in. They've got the Hex. They get the kill on Jabs. Now they're going to go over Miero with the Zags. Black hole. Oh, he's a tanky boy. And there's the refresher. Another black hole. He's just going to survive both. And Warnoff is continuing to go. Gets the kill to Miero.
Swash.
Oh, can't get the kill. He just TPs out.
That was such a clutch play from Lorinov, baiting double BKB, double black hole refresher, and GPK was unable to finish him off.
Meld right clicks.
Gotta
GPK
be careful.
has to be careful. Another meld strike. Oh, the right click. Chrono's not in time. GPK's dead, but they're gonna trade for 23.
Man, how many of these solo kills did we have? 23 killing off GPK alone. Klink's getting multiple solo kills, then Faceless Void using Chrono to kill off Klink's alone, getting 1,000 gold. So I think
Sword
23
save.
should be pretty happy about that one.
Can they kill Warnoff this time? Because, I mean, Warnoff just survived 2 black holes. He's like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar. He doesn't really care about all that.
I don't remember him surviving 2 black holes.
Well, he goes through 1.
Yeah, 1, okay. Who's even controlling these black holes? I don't know, Universe.
It's Murph.
Yeah, Universe. The old EG player did not have Refresher at the time to cast the second black hole in Interstellar. So yeah, did anyone use a buyback? GPK did. Okay, didn't get anything out of it, and now needs A on this because he doesn't have any kind of protection. He gets silenced, he gets hexed, he's gonna die.
Timeless Relic for Nyx Assassin, Trickster Cloak from Miero. He used 2 black holes. The health bar didn't
die.
It didn't move on Lorinov. Sylvan dropped the Roche's banner.
We got some big 25s already because a lot of these solo kills have been fed. So Tibersol level 26 has double Chakram. Templar Assassin 7 infraction instances. Centaur nowhere near his 25. And Faceless Void has Backtrack, of course, plus Bango getting closer to his level 25. A on disc now completed.
Rolling Thunder. Q. Ooh. Nope. Didn't commit the Rolling Thunder. Thought about it. Get to fake it. Feint the Rolling Thunder a couple times. Ags soon for Ali. It was a lot quicker of an Ags previous game, right? He went early on the Ags, but this time it was more, especially with the Chrono, you don't want to get too close, so Blink Aether Lens was the call, which is the right call.
Yeah,
Stay
he
as far
is
away as you can.
holding the Philosopher's Stone for the last almost 35 minutes, so that's going to give him some extra gold. Continues to farm up.
Roshan
We'll
another
have
hit 54.
Demonic Cleanse charges and also Demonic Purge charges. Needs to keep the distance. I also wouldn't mind seeing him try to get a Wind Waker. I know it's a super expensive item. This game could go on for another 15, 20 minutes.
Could be close to tier 5s. I mean, we're 18 minutes away, but if we're talking about it, we might as well say, hey, tier 5s might happen. Jabs, uh-oh. BKB, Hoof Stomp Stampede. He'll just leave. Double Chrono is available now. So maybe double Chrono is what's needed instead of double Black Hole to kill off Warnoff. Enigma going Ghost Scepter, or E-Blade Ags.
Running out of slots.
Yeah.
He did go for E-Blade yesterday as well, amplifying that damage. And also a little bit of protection against TA, against Klinks.
Uh-oh. Klinks free to take this top tier 3? Yeah.
Slowly.
Oh. Yeah.
The bros are doing it.
There. They got it. So Nightfall has to react. There's Roche's banner. Placed down. Finally comes through as they want to keep this lane from pushing.
but Roche is up in 20 seconds. I believe both of which have been picked up by BetBoom.
How many Wind Wakers are we going to see in this game? There are 3 already queued up on Aurora. They're actually getting close to them. For now, saving the buybacks. Roshan with the refresher. And another Roshan's banner. That's what I want to see. Roshan's banner top, Roshan's banner mid, and then go for the Giga push.
You could. There's actually, was what, 23?
Friend of yours?
No,
I thought it
Roche's
was
banner?
one of those lies. Yeah, my friend.
My friend Roche's banner. We're good friends. Me and Roche's banner. No, because I had said both had gone to BetBoom, but the first one went to Aurora.
Let's see if they place the second Roshan's banner.
Does it stack?
Which is spell immune. It doesn't stack, but they might place it in the mid lane or bottom just to push it.
I was going to say, if you have 2 banners, it doesn't give you double the bannering. It's an offset spot to put it.
There it is. That's what we talked about. The Giga push is coming. Banner in the top, banner in the mid.
Good Giga push. Save. Ooh, Q's actually in vision. They've got this gem. BKB and TP. No, Black Hole.
Yeah, he's going to pop it. Has Octarine. Doesn't care. Has another one if necessary.
Yeah. With Clinks getting killed by that Black Hole, he'll be behind the bookcase now. As Wind Waker is finished by TA.
Doesn't have buy though. So if he dies, high chances of him dying. Nightfall is invis with Shadow Blade.
Oh!
Too quick.
Oh, now they're going to turn it. They
They're
pop the
gonna turn this
Lincolns.
into a
They've got the
kill, probably.
Hex. Post stomp. The right click. They take the Aegis. Oh my. He tries to get the refresher in there. Now he's going to potentially go to the Chrono, but they've got the disruption saved. Chrono right on the 23. Oh, the TA came in to try and fight him. Do they have
Wind
the
Waker,
damage? It's
can he
looking
get it
close. Yes, he can. Gets up onto the high ground, but they're looking over at Ali. They've got the tech to get the kill out of the Shadow team, and they've got 2 years dead on the side of Aurora. They buy back on both. 23 is able to survive with the right clicks coming up from GPK. So now GPK needs to run. He bought back earlier. They've got the Timber going in. Lauren up with the whirling death on the 3. Oh! The damage coming in. Ali takes out GPK and save Toronto. Tokyo falls. Aurora feeling like Godzilla taking him out.
Oh, look
Oh
at
my.
that was such a clutch play. The blink out from 23 sets things up. Because if he gets caught inside of the Chrono, he will probably die. And then you have Timber controlling the team fight with the Hex, Timeless Relic. So Hex lasts for even longer. You can see the power of these creeps. While all this was happening, mid lane was pushing in, top lane was pushing in. Mid barracks almost died. So now there is no buyback on Nightfall. One is available. We're going to see that again. That was such a clutch play. And they even procced the Lincolns before, so that was nicely done. The rest of the team was unable to back them up. Look at the minimap where they were.
I want to say Timber maybe tried to, I didn't see it, but maybe he used his...
Like, this is the problem, because he caught Miero on the edge of the black hole, of the Chrono, sorry. And now back to live. That's a lot of damage onto towers. GPK, no buyback. It's on cooldown because he used it, and they got nothing out of that buy.
Oh,
Aurora, let's see if they can finish it off.
Go for the tier 4 straight up. GPK's dead for 45 more seconds.
Is ready. Miero smoked up. Trickster Cloak, Invis.
Save. They try to save this game. They've got the Spike Carapace. They'll go. BKB Black Hole, but there's the Wind Waker. So he's going to be able to survive for now. They got the buyback available on GPK once again. The Wind Waker coming out from this 23 TA, but they've got another Black Hole. They get the kill to 23. He's got buyback, and they'll start to run on Aurora.
It gets pretty ridiculous. We've seen this movie yesterday when BetBoom were playing with the double Black Hole and the double Chronosphere. GPK, his buyback came off cooldown.
Oh, Arrow!
Backstab. There it is.
They've got the Hex. They have the damage from Q. Oh, the Lotus. Nightfall in. Impale and jabs. He went in too far with Q.
Lotus Orb
Oh, they just weren't able to kill him.
Lotus Orb saving the day and the
He might
Ghost
just-
Scepter. So looking at the buyback status, only one is on cooldown for BetBoom, 2 on cooldown because they used it in the previous fight. Both supports. I don't know if we can call Clinks a support at this stage of the game.
No. He is very much a core. Very much sitting at the same net worth as Jabs. 80% for Aurora now. 80-20.
I don't know. 20 seems a bit low considering that they still have Bion Enigma. Faceless Void doesn't
Impel?
have it.
Silence out of the Faceless Void. Rolling Thunder comes in for GPK. No buyback available on this Clinks. They need to make sure that he's able to stay alive. But this is not happening. The Chrono on the Timber Chain. They look over the Clinks. They get the Kona Q. They'll end up losing save. They'll look for Warren off the damage with the right click. Now it's Toronto Tokyo with the impetus shots. He's got a lot of farm. They bought back on save. They'll get the kill onto Warrenoff. Everybody dead. Now finally 23's back alive, but you will not have this Clinks for another 2 minutes, basically.
What's the win percentage now?
It's a number.
It is a number indeed. We don't know the number, but
It's 33
23
there.
is
23. BKB was popped by Nightfall. They go to the Impale. They've got him. Oh, the
another
Chrono. The disruption save. Nightfall not going to have the damage with the Black Hole on the edge. Now they've got themselves another Wind Waker. Up into the air once more, but the Rolling Thunder. 23 trying to survive all this with the right clicks coming in with the BKB being popped by 23. They
In
jump
a
in with
couple of
jab.
seconds.
Blink close stop comes through on a Toronto Tokyo. They've got the double chakra. They get the count on Toronto Tokyo. They'll take the Enchantress. Now the silence on a GBK who bought back before. Can they get the kill? Black Hole through on a jab, but it's not on the 23 with the Wind
Save the
Waker.
day.
BKB, the attempt to TB out, but they've done themselves another Yules. They look over at Nightfall with the silence coming through and onto the Void. They get the kill on Nightfall. They look over at Miero. They'll take him out as well. That's a full team wipe. Save and bought back earlier. So does Toronto Tokyo now. And Aurora forcing these buybacks, forcing BetBoom in a
can they
horrid
catch more?
position.
Ooh, Lornov, he was so close. He got
Here.
kicked off.
He's got the Hex, the double chakra of Toronto Tokyo. Did he buy back for nothing? Lotus Orb, Blink, Havoc Hammer, Post Stomp,
He's
Double
gone.
Edge.
2
He
minutes.
ends up dead. Buyback from Miero committed.
Man, they have to go through double BKB Enigma with the Black Hole, double Chronos here, and they managed to salvage that fight. Lorinov completely popped off these Wind Wakers. Positioning has been top tier. Also coming out from Ollie, who's keeping the distance.
And Jabs, he's got a
Getting
Wind
those
Waker as well.
disruption saves, and he's about to crack level 25, so 2 disruption charges potentially could come out. So you can save multiple people inside of it.
Aurora.
There is no glyph available.
Time walk in, silence there. Hex is used. Miero in trouble. The Impale hits on a
Miero's
3,
gone.
but it's not going to matter with the BKB being popped by Lornoff. They go after save. They've got the right click kill onto the Nyx
that's
Assassin. Nightfall can only watch while his base will die. Aurora with a massive 2-0 win over BetBoom.
Whew, what a performance, especially in this game too, when things didn't look too good for them. They were on the clock, but with these Hex